going to be sharing with you mind hacks that will help you bargain like a boss. Like a boss. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets. My name is Muneer, and we are going to be talking about how to bargain like a boss using mind hacks. So I'm very excited about today. This is something that I've kind of grown up with. I'll tell you a little bit more of my stories a little bit later when I was growing up. But let me quickly bring up the slide. So today I'm going to show you how to ultimately get a better deal than you are hoping to get when it comes to bargaining. How you can bargain like a boss and get the best deal possible using amazing mind hacks. So first of all, let me give you an analogy, right? If you've ever seen someone working out at the gym, or if you've ever tried to help someone, like you're spotting someone and you're helping them work out at the gym, and you see them really struggle to lift a weight, like they are going like to struggle, and you're like, come on, you could do it just a little bit more. And then right when they do it, when they finally hit the pay dirt, like when they get the objective, you feel good. If you're the person that's pushing them on or encouraging them, or you see them struggling and then they finally get somewhere, the result, you actually feel good. And this is a little bit of the analogy that I'm going to be giving you today in terms of how do you get a deal where someone feels good. How do you bargain like a boss so that someone feels good from the deal, but you actually come out with as a winner as well? And this is a very important principle. When you see someone struggling, even though you said, okay, do 10, and then they weren't able to do 10, but they kind of come up to 7, and they tried so hard and they get to 7, and you're like, come on, just this last one, do it. They did it, and then they're like, oh, okay, great. You feel good. Even though they didn't get to that 10 that you initially set, they, they, because they really pushed through, they got a result, and that's what makes you feel good, right? So why is this important? If you are unable to bargain, you're losing money. You're losing money in so many different aspects of your life. You're like, there are people, every time you go shopping or you want to buy something that hasn't got an established price or something, you are going to be losing money. This is so simple to utilize, doesn't take you long, and will save you money for the rest of your life when you get this right. Okay, so I want to give you naturalistic examples, right? I'm filming this. I live in Abu Dhabi. I come from Oman. We have souks over here. You go to souks, they are great at bargaining. If you go to like any of Asia, the whole economy is built on bargaining, right? If you cannot bargain, it like anywhere that has a market, if you aren't able to bargain, you're going to lose money for the rest of your life. If you go to a market, unless I mean, you can stick with other like established shops, but at some point you're going to go to a market somewhere. And so if you're going to souks over here, you're traveling, you go to a market, or if sometimes someone's like, oh, you want this, I mean, I guess make me an offer, kind of thing, where a price isn't established. This is where you want to have these this ability to bargain. It's hugely important. Okay, first of all, if you are tuning in, please drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Say hello. It'd be great to hear from you. All right, cool. So I'll tell you my story. So when I was growing up, my mother, growing up in Oman, my mom used to take me to the souks all the time. She used to go and buy stuff when I was younger, and she always used to take me, and I saw bargaining, how bargaining was done. This is how I grew up. I also learned some very important principles. about the principles of persuasion. So my mom would go into a place and she'd ask for, like, hey, excuse me, how much is this? And the shopkeeper would say, oh, it's like 100. I'm just going to give you a number, right? Because I don't know what currency you're dealing with. So they'll say, oh, it's 100. And she'd go, okay, what? 100? First of all, Oscar-winning performance, by the way. Like my mom, great actress. See, 100? What? The shop over there is like 50. What are you talking about 100? And then, and then she'd start to storm out. So this is where I learned one of my first early lessons in life: never contradict my mother. Because I one of the first times I went, but Mama, we didn't go to any other shop. Well, poof, like no, don't ever contradict my mom when she's bargaining. So, so I'd be like, so I started seeing all these things and all these different tactics but how the price would literally go from one end of a scale to another. When you're bargaining at a souk, like the prices vary completely, and then they just kind of go up and up and up and up until you get to like a good level that both parties are happy with. And that's the whole, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. How do you get to a great level which you are happy with and the person's happy with too? And so I'm going to be sharing with you something called the Ackerman System, this Ackerman System Framework. So now I actually learned this by an FBI negotiator. His name is Chris Voss. Like amazing content, but he shared the Ackerman System. So I learned this from him, and it's a way to establish like for you to get the best deal possible. Now, first of all, it all starts out by figuring out what is your target price, like a realistic price that you would pay, right? That you wouldn't mind paying for an object. So especially like if you're going to a souk and you kind of like, okay, I like this thing. What is a good price that you would actually pay? This is pre-negotiation. This is the one in your mind, right? What are you willing to pay? Okay. So you find out what is your target price. Then, this is key, right? You reluctantly offer, you're reluctantly going to offer 65% of the target, but you're going to let them ask for it. And this is why I mean reluctantly. So how do I mean by that? So the guy goes, like, oh, what would you pay for it? And then you say, let's say your target price is 100, by the way, right? Like, let's say your target price is 100. So you start off by going, I mean, like my offer is gonna seem really ridiculous to you, and I don't really kind of want to say it. You'll feel it's a bit ridiculous. You'll feel it's a bit low. And when you're reluctantly saying it, then they'll be like, just tell me what is. Just tell me, it's okay. Just tell me. They get them to ask for the price. So you're not like insulting them by saying a low price. You're getting them to actually ask you for the price. So you say, okay, well, I can do 65. So the price is 100, like your target price is 100, and you say 65, right? But they've asked for it, and then they'll be like, so they're not negative. They're not going to turn you away because they have asked for this price. So they go, yeah, no, come on, I really can't do that. Like 65 is way too low. And you go, yeah, I mean, I knew that. I don't know. And then you just, you kind of think about it, and you just look, I tell you what I'll do. And then you increase it by 20%. So you assume that there's no deal. So you increase it by 20%. So from 65, you go like to 85. So you go, okay, I tell you what, I mean, like, all right, I'll do one thing. I'll move some stuff around, and I know 65 is low, and like way too low for you. So I get it. I get it. I appreciate you at least taking me up. I tell you, I think I can move some stuff around. Maybe I'll do I'll do 85. Okay, and so you raise it by 20%, right? Now you've already reluctantly kind of like they've seen that it's a bit of a struggle for you, and so they're still gonna be no, I don't know about this, I don't know, and so they'll go, okay, I tell you what, no, sorry, wait, let me just go back. So then they'll come back and they may say, I really can't do that. I mean, look, I'd love to help, but it's still just a bit too low. And so then you go again and reluctantly raise it 10%. So first of all, let me just take a quick moment, and yeah, Mohammed, yeah, our mamas are sharing the same shopping techniques. They grew up in a day and age where there was no like set prices in shops, so they learned the negotiation skills properly. And Nicole, hey, how's it going? We're talking about bargaining skills today. So so after you've raised it 20% and they are like, oh no, I can't, then again reluctantly, assuming no deal, you raise it another 10%. Okay, so you've gone from 65 and then you go, okay, I'll try, and then you go to 85, and then you go to 95. Remember, this is of your target price, what you're sort of willing to pay if there's no deal, right? Then no, the guy's gonna be like, I really can't, and then you're gonna be like, man, you're killing me. I really want this, but I'm struggling here. And then you raise it by 5%. See, every single time what you're doing is you're raising a little bit, and then you're raising a little bit. At each time you're still raising, but you're raising in smaller increments. So they feel like they're winning. They're bringing you over towards their side, their point of view, but at the same time, you're just going in smaller increments to get to your desired outcome. So this is so powerful. So you raise it by 5%, and so you're up to 95. So your target price was 100. You get to 95. If still you have no deal, you go, man, you've killed me. Like, I'll tell you what, let me just, and then you look, I don't know, you look in your wallet, you look through things, and then you just sort of say, okay, fine, look, I'll give you my final number. I really can't go more than this. I can't do any more than this. It's gotta be 97. You arrive at an odd number, because it's like, this is, when you give an odd number, it says to the brain, it's not like, oh my God, he's like literally gone to his last amount, he can't go more than that. It's like you've counted coins, right? So you give them an odd number for the final number, and then that's typically, you'll get it. Like, this is where you'll get a deal, right? This is my final number. And let me just, let me go through this again, okay? So the Ackerman system, a quick recap. You figure out what is your target price. Assuming our target price is 100. You reluctantly offer 65, but only after they ask. So you get them to ask. You're like, you're gonna hate me. I mean, what I'm gonna offer you is just gonna seem really low, and I don't know if you're gonna. I feel like you're gonna dislike me for this or something like that. And then they'll just be like, tell me what is your offer and let me be the judge of it, right? As soon as they say they ask for it, well, I mean, ideally you get them to ask for it. Once they ask for it, then you tell them, and then they'll be like, oh no, I really can't. And then reluctantly, and the point is of the system is to show that every increase is a real burden. That's when you increase by 20%. That's when you, and then they say that they can't. If they say that they can't still, then you increase it by another 10%. And what you'll find is half the time you'll get a deal even before you reach your target price. So you'll always get a better deal. Well, not always. You'll most likely get a better deal than what you're hoping by using this model. So you the 10%, then the 5%, and then final number, odd number. It subconsciously, by giving them an odd number, it subconsciously communicates you've done everything that you can. You've counted your coins in order to arrive at an odd number. And so that's why they'll be like, okay, he's serious. He's tried he or she is serious. They've tried everything that they could in order to come up with this number. So I'm going to help him out. So this is the Ackerman model, the Ackerman system of bargaining. Hugely powerful. Bargain with ease, burden the increase. So hope you enjoyed that today. This is a very cool method. Use it, and I swear to you, your bargaining will improve loads. Okay, so if you have not, please do subscribe to my channel also. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Also, if you are interested in more mind hacks, in taking your understanding of other people and influence, persuasion, communication to another level, do check out my webinar, which you can register for. It's on Wednesdays, uaenlp.com. Register for the webinar. Otherwise, I thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please do subscribe, and I will catch you on another episode real soon. And yes, Nicole, I believe that this will hook you up with the bargaining. Thanks, Aneta. Great to see you, and Mohammed for tuning in. Everyone else as well. Lots of love. Peace out. I will see you on another video very soon. Bye.